Exercise 4 will continue our study of the first E string in first position. This exercise will feature notes E, F, and G, and the rhythm values of quarter notes and quarter rest. All this in 4/4 time signature at 50 beats per minute. So there's nothing new here, but we will be combining everything that we've learned so far in sight reading. All right, well, it's time to get to work, and I want you to get out your 9 points. These 9 points are the prep work to sight reading. So this is going to make you a better student by teaching you how to break down a piece of music so that you can get the most out of this course. Well, the first point is the term first position. And by now you should know that means the first 4 frets on the guitar. We're learning notes on the first E string in first position. And that brings us to point number 2. I want you to begin the exercise by performing a hold technique in first position. If you don't know what a hold technique is, you can review that at level 5 in beginner 1. And there we talk about proper fretting hand alignment. And if you look at this photo, there I am performing the hold technique in first position. So I've got fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4 over frets 1, 2, 3, and 4 over the first E string. And by hovering those fingers over those frets, that allows you to keep your eyes on the music and off the guitar. Point number 3, to cut down on wasted motion, don't forget to alternate pick. So if you're a flat picker, make sure that you play using down and up strokes. And if you're a classical guitarist or flamenco guitar player, when using free or rest strokes, make sure that you alternate your index and middle fingers. For those of you who are fingerstyle players, you want to make sure that you alternate your index and middle finger through the entire exercise. When you get to the quarter rest, you can use one of the fingers to stop the note as well as prepare the next note. So for example, measures 1 and 2. On count 1, we have an E. On count 2, an F. On count 3, a G. And on count 4, we have a quarter rest. We can use the middle finger to stop the sound as well as prepare the G on measure 2, count 1. And then we have F on count 2, an E on count 3, and on count 4 we have a rest. We can use the index finger to stop that sound as well as prepare the E in count 1 in measure 3. So the fingers can be used not only to stop the sound, but prepare the next note. When you get to the quarter rest, you can use the pick to stop the sound. So in measures 1 into measure 2, we have an E with a downstroke on count 1, an F with an upstroke on count 2, a G with a downstroke on count 3, and then we can use the pick to stop the sound on count 4, and also that pick prepares the next note on count 1 in measure 2. And that's a G with an upstroke, and then the F with a downstroke, the E with the upstroke, and then on count 4 we have another rest, so we use the pick to stop the note and prepare the E at the beginning of measure 3. Point number 4, I want you to print out the music, get out a pencil, and you're going to count the rhythms on the page as you tap your pencil to counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you get to the quarter rest, you can either remain silent for that count or say the word rest. So for example, when I count measures 1 and 2, you can do it one of these 2 ways. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or you can say 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest. Either way is fine. I will demonstrate with you at 50 beats per minute on the metronome. I'm going to count measures 1 through 8 with you, and then you can do the rest on your own. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Point number 5 is all about note identification. So you can put away your guitar, get out your music, and to avoid memorizing the exercise, what I want you to do is just make it random. Just point to a note and identify that note. So, like what I'm doing here, that's an F, that's a G, that's another G, there's an F, there's an E. So by doing it this way, you can avoid memorizing the exercise. That way you focus on just your note reading. Now you can do this backwards. You can just say the notes backwards, like I'm doing here. Or you can pick every other note, like this. You can pick the first note of each measure. Anything to keep the exercise fresh. Okay, I'm going to point to a note and you say that note name. G, F, F. You're on your own. And so on. Now that you can identify notes, point number 6 will have you applying rhythm to your note identification. So you will say the notes on the page as you tap your pencil to counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you get to the rest, you can either remain silent on that count or you can say the word rest. I will work with you from measures 1 through 8. And after that, you're on your own. I've got the metronome set for 50 beats per minute. If that's too fast, you can slow me down on the media player. You want to go slow enough so that you can articulate the notes clearly. And also, you want to go slow enough so that you can scan to the next note before you have to say it. So looking ahead is important in sight reading. All right, I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, F, G. G, F, E. E, F, G, 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 E. G, F, G, F, G, E. G, 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 F, E. Point number 7, grab your guitar. We are going to say and play the notes at the same time. And at first, you can just look at a note, say it, and then play it. Do so in a random way so that you're not memorizing the exercise. And once you get comfortable identifying the notes, you can set your metronome for a slow tempo, slow enough so that you can articulate the notes clearly, and look ahead. Now, I'm going to demonstrate with you at 50 beats per minute on the metronome. If that's too fast, you can always slow me down on the media player. When you get to the quarter rest, you can say the word rest for that count, or you can remain silent for that count. Okay, I'll give a 4 count, and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, F, G, G, F, E. E, F, G, 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 E. G, F, G, F, G, E. G, 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 F, E. E, F, G, F, F, E. F, G, F, E. F, G, F, G, Point number 8, we are going to count and play the notes at the same time. So the focus is on counting as we identify the notes. You will say count 1, 2, 3, 4 from start to finish, no matter what. Even when you get to this quarter rest, you will say count 4 as you stop the sound. Remember, we are in 4/4 time signature. So that tells us that in each measure, there are the equivalent of 4 quarter notes. The top number tells us the count, the bottom number tells us the note value. So the math should add up. If we look at measure 2, here's a quarter, here's a quarter, here's a quarter, and that's a quarter rest. You add them all up, and that's the equivalent of 4 quarter notes per measure. Okay, I've got the metronome set for 50 beats per minute. If that's too fast, you can always slow me down on the media player. You want to go slow enough so that you can articulate those counts clearly and look ahead while playing. I'll give a 4 count, and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Point number 9. Train your eyes to look ahead of the note that you're playing. Expert sight readers can see several notes ahead of what they are performing. Now, one trick that we can employ is using the rest to help us look ahead. So as you are playing the rest on count 4, don't get your eyes locked in on count 4. Go ahead and look at the next 2 notes and pre-rehearse those in your mind before you play them. By taking advantage of these rests, we can decode the more complicated material that follows the rest. And all that's going to help you in your sight reading to look ahead.